right center field, hit it ton. This baby is way back. Out of here.
What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to the Baby Baseball channel. This is Eric, and today we're going to predict some free agents. It's time for the annual free agent prediction video. It's a little later than normal. That World Series completely wiped me out. Holy crap, what a heartbreaker. And I'm a Giants fan, and I was just messed up after that, just rooting against the Dodgers. I can't imagine what Blue Jays fans are going through when you are literally inches away from winning it all multiple times. There was the play at the plate. There was the fly ball they were going to draw. It looked like that ball was going to fall for sure. The Blue Jays had it so close and couldn't do it. And the Dodgers won it all, 2 in a row for the Los Angeles Dodgers. So rough, man. Tough times unless you're a Dodgers fan. If you're a Dodgers fan, then congratulations. But let's go ahead and jump into today's video. No more BS. Let's freaking go. Okay, we're talking about free agents, and there's a ton of really impressive free agents available this offseason, and I'm going to go through them. I'm going to talk about some of the teams that could sign. Now, if you're a fan of a team I don't mention or don't predict, don't get too pissed off. It's just guesses. I'm usually wrong. Okay, I don't have a lot of players going to. There's just teams that, no, sorry, Pirates fans, y'all don't sign nobody. Okay, Nationals, y'all don't really sign nobody. So I don't have too many of these players going to some of those teams. So sorry about that. But I will try to make some interesting predictions here and there and throw some interesting teams out when I can. But unfortunately, the way free agency goes, it's usually the big market teams with tons of money. They're the ones that get everybody. It's kind of messed up. But anyway, let's get into it. And it starts at number 15. I got Brandon Woodruff. He was one of the best starters in the game a few years ago. Shoulder injuries kind of slowed down his career. And most of this year, he was rehabbing. He was on rehab assignments and things like that. He did make it back. And when he did get back, he struck out 32.3% of his opponents. He went 7-2, 3.2 ERA, showing that he still got it. He did land back on the IL last week of the season, was not able to play in the postseason. The Brewers did send him that $22 million qualifying offer, which means he can accept it, comes back for a year at $22 million, or as most players do, reject it, which means whatever team signs him now loses draft picks, which makes it a little less appealing to sign someone with the qualifying offer. The Mets are rumored to be interested, but they have had so many injuries with their rotation. I just don't know if they want to take a risk with somebody who's had major injury issues this year. But I digress. Ultimately, I don't think he's going to go to the Mets. I'm going to say he stays in the National League. I'm going to say he goes to the National League Central, a team that just lost a big-time arm in Shohei Imanaga, so you know who I'm talking about. It's a team that's got some good arms. They still need a little help, but they have Cade Horton. They have Tyon. They have Matthew Boyd. The Chicago Cubs got some guys, but they could still use help. And I think that's a perfect combination to take a chance on someone like Brandon Woodruff. I got him going to the Chicago Cubs. Number 14, I got Devin Williams, 2020 Rookie of the Year, electric reliever. He makes that baseball do some crazy stuff, and he is really, really good. Unfortunately, he wasn't that great with the Yankees this year. 4.79 ERA, just 18 saves, lost the closer role. Still, the strikeout stuff's there. 90 strikeouts in 62 innings. He did pretty good in the postseason, threw 4 scoreless innings. But if I remember, he did give up some runs that were inherited, so it didn't affect his ERA, but he did give up some runs. 31 years old, still young enough to have some very strong seasons left. And his stuff still got great movement, like I said. So a change of scenery might do him very well. No qualifying offer here, so that makes him even more appealing. And he could be a perfect arm for a team, maybe other than the Yankees or Dodgers. Maybe a team that can afford someone like that. Maybe they can't afford like Edwin Diaz, who we'll talk about soon. But the Marlins are a team I've heard discussed concerning Devin Williams and a possible move to Miami. That would be interesting. Angels, of course, Braves, Cubs, Giants could use some help in the bullpen. But I'm going to go with the Arizona Diamondbacks. Their bullpen was awful in 2025. They converted just 42 of 71 save opportunities. They need help. Even if they get an average Devin Williams, it'll be a huge improvement from what they had. But if he turns out to be the old Devin Williams from Milwaukee, it could be a huge game changer for the Diamondbacks. I got them signing Devin Williams. Number 13, Rangers Suarez, longtime Phillies starter. He's been a steady piece of that rotation for so many years. He's not a guy who's going to win a Cy Young, but he's exactly what so many teams need. A reliable arm, gets outs, induces soft contact, and he can strike guys out. He strikes out about 8 batters per 9 innings. That was not too long ago. That was like elite, but nowadays everyone strikes out, so that's not even considered elite. But he was an all-star in 2024 and just as good, if not better, this year. 12-8, 3.2 ERA. He's got the qualifying offer. That could deter some teams. Yankees could be a match. I've heard the Cubs could be interested. But one team that does need help in that rotation is the San Diego Padres. Yu Darvish is out for the season. Michael King could be gone. Musgrove, he should be back, but he's coming off Tommy John. Nick Pivetta should be back, but they're going to need some help. So I'm going to say the San Diego Padres add Rangers Suarez to the rotation. Number 12, Zack Gallen. This is a guy who really established himself as an elite starter back in 2022, especially 23 when they went to the World Series. And he's coming off a bit of a down year. 13-15. A record doesn't really matter. But 4.83 ERA. That kind of matters. He still pitched a ton of innings, though. And some of the advanced metrics look pretty good. The strikeout stuff is there. And he did get better as the season went along. He should still be a pretty hot commodity. He did get the $22 million qualifying offer. I think he'll decline that. And we'll see. The Giants could show interest. I've heard Giants. I think they will sign someone with a qualifying offer, but maybe not Gallen. I could see him staying in Arizona, but I'm going to say, just for the sake of interest, I'm going to pick a different team for every player. I won't have them staying put, even though a lot of these guys probably will stay put. But I'm going to say he goes to a team that always needs pitching, a team that has a little bit of money. They're not small market. They shouldn't be. They're in Los Angeles, but it's not the Dodgers. It's the Angels. So I'm going to say the LA Angels go with Zack Gallen. Number 11, Michael King. Michael King is a reliever turned starter. Phenomenal in 2024 with the Padres. Sub-3 ERA in 30 starts. Struck out over 200 batters at 173 2/3. This year he missed a bunch of time with a pinched nerve. Ouch. He came back in the bullpen during the playoffs. Looked good. Stuff was there. $15 million option for 2026. Opted out of the deal. He's now a free agent. The Padres did offer him the qualifying offer again. Whoever signs him will lose draft picks, but for $22 million, first of all, I might consider taking it if I'm Michael King. But according to every report I see, he's going to decline it. He's going to test the market. He could get around $80 million for 4 years. That's pretty crazy for a good arm, but someone who's injury prone, 30 years old. He's only had really one good full season as a starter, although it was very good. But tough, man. I personally wouldn't go for that if I'm a GM. But one team that might is the New York Yankees, because Michael King was there. They could always move him back to the bullpen if needed. He said he was open to returning to the Bronx. They got the money. They got the need. And that's the team. I'll take Michael King to the Yankees. Now at number 10, Cody Bellinger, former Rookie of the Year, former MVP. Someone I've never been too excited about his side. It seems like every offseason, hey, Cody Bellinger, what you think to the Giants? Well, he was so unpredictable for a while. Like, he would be great and then he'd be terrible. He'd be amazing, then he'd be atrocious. But he's found some consistency the last few years after he had shoulder surgery. He's cut back on the strikeouts dramatically. He's crushing left-handed pitching even. He's got a .353 average and 176 at-bats against lefties. He's still got a ton of power, 29 bombs. He's versatile. He can play the outfield. He can play first base. So the Yankees are going to try to bring him back. They're going to get some stiff competition from the Tigers, from the Giants, from the Padres, Guardians, a variety of teams. A lot of experts think he'll go back to the Yankees. I've heard the Giants a lot. I'm going to say he stays in the American League, but I'm going to say he signs with a team that's on the brink of greatness. They just need a little more help. And that's the Detroit Tigers. They need another high-impact bat in that lineup, and his versatility could be perfect for their situation. Cody Bellinger to the Detroit Tigers. Number 9, Edwin Diaz. Elite closer, Edwin Diaz. Back in full form this year. 1.63 ERA, 28 saves, 98 strikeouts, and 66 1/3. I got to believe he's going elsewhere. He opted out of that deal with 2 years left on it. Could come back to the Mets, but it was a record deal for a relief pitcher. $102 million guaranteed. opted out. And of course, every team could use an elite arm out of the pen. All the big name teams are going to be interested. Yankees, Dodgers, Mets, Blue Jays, they're all going to be interested. And a lot of very good teams that are trying to get over the hump. The Tigers, the Reds, the Padres. Every team would love to have someone like Diaz. But let's keep it all the way real. Let's keep it 100. If the Dodgers have one weakness, it was probably their bullpen. And although I know there were some unbelievable arms in the World Series, I think Will Klein just earned himself a spot on the team in 2026 with those 4 epic innings right there. But the Dodgers, overall, their bullpen was a little bit of a weakness. And they have all the money in the world. So I'm going to predict that they offer Edwin Diaz a ton of money. They don't care about losing draft picks. They don't care about no qualifying offer. Edwin Diaz wants to win a World Series. He wants to be on a winning team. The Mets didn't even make the playoffs this year. I think he's going to sign with the Los Angeles Dodgers. At number 8, Framber Valdez, big league veteran now, 8 years in the league, 2 All-Star teams, top 10 for the Cy Young 3 times, absolute workhorse. He is second in innings pitched since 2021 behind Logan Webb. And what I really love about him, again, he goes deep into games. And even if he gives up a few runs, he doesn't get lit up so badly that he has to come out of the game in the second or third inning. He almost always gets at least into the 5th or the 6th. So he did get the qualifying offer. He's 32, a little bit of risk there. You have the Angels, Red Sox, Giants, Mets, Orioles, Blue Jays. I'm going to say that the team that signs him is the New York Mets. They want to sign someone who doesn't get hurt. Valdez has a history of staying healthy, and on the mound, there's always risk, but you got to sign someone. And as far as I know, he's healthy. He's ready for 2026. And I think he signs with the New York Mets. Number 7, Dylan Cease. This is a guy who's gone kind of back and forth, kind of Cody Bellinger style, but as a pitcher. He's dominant one year, and he's so-so the next year. It's crazy. Like it seems like even years, though, that's when he dominates. So if that pattern continues, 2026 should be good for him. But he was second for the Cy Young in 2022, 2.2 ERA, league leading 6.4 WAR. That was with the White Sox. Then he went 7-9 with a 4.58 ERA in 2023. Then in 24, throws a no-hitter with the Padres. He goes 14-11. He is 4th for the Cy Young, 3.47 ERA. And then this year, 8-12, 4.55 ERA. So kind of back and forth, but he still stays healthy. He eats up a ton of innings, and when he's good, he's phenomenal. So he is looking for a big contract, 7 years, $190 million. He'll be 30 on opening day. He may have to take a little less. The Toronto Blue Jays, the New York Mets, the Baltimore Orioles, the Cubs, the Angels, Red Sox, Dodgers, Yankees, Tigers. A lot of teams will be interested. He does have the QO. I'm going to go with my team for this one. The San Francisco Giants are going to sign a serious starter this offseason. They already have Logan Webb and Robbie Ray at the top. They don't need absolute dominance from Cease. It would be nice. They'll take it. But even if he has one of his so-so seasons, he would fit nicely into that rotation, right at the number 3 spot. And then you find two of these younger guys to shore up the rotation at 4 and 5. They got a ton of them. Birdsong, Trevor McDonald, he impressed last year at Dodger Stadium. Carson Whisenhunt, Landon Roop, the list goes on and on. So they can find a couple of good starters at the back end of the rotation and sign Dylan Cease to fit right in the middle. So I got him going to the Giants. Number 6, Josh Naylor. Naylor did not get a QA because he was traded midseason to the Mariners. He's not eligible for a qualifying offer, and that makes him all the more appealing for teams looking for a powerful bat and a capable first baseman. 31 bombs in 2024. Doesn't strike out a ton. He doesn't look fast, but he stole 30 bases this year. He's a great base runner, a smart player, and he could demand a hefty contract. 28 years old, looking for 5 years, 6 years, maybe more. The Padres could show interest. That's the team he came up with in the minors, and he debuted with them. Could go back to the Guardians. Then there's the Reds, the Red Sox, the Angels, Giants, but I think that they don't want to sign a long-term first baseman because they're still hopeful with Bryce Eldridge, that Eldridge is going to be the man. So they don't want to block him for 3, 4, 5 years. I don't know if he would want to play in Fenway, Naylor, but that is a possible matchup. It's tough to hit homers for lefties unless you go right down the line. But I think he's going to come back to Seattle, if I'm being totally honest. I think he's going to come back to the Mariners. That would be my actual prediction, but let's keep it interesting. If he does go elsewhere, I'm going to say the Cincinnati Reds. Terry Francona is the manager. They know each other well. The Reds have shown a lot of interest in Naylor in the past. So if he leaves, I'll say he goes to the Cincinnati Reds. Number 5, it's Pete Alonso. Teams that need a first baseman but want to go even bigger and better than Josh Naylor, look no further than the polar bear, a guy who simply never misses a game, crushes home runs like it's going out of style. He's on a Hall of Fame career track, and he's got a lot of big years ahead. So reports are looking like it's going to be a massive 7-year deal, and he'll probably get it. The obvious team that we worry about signing every single great player already have Freddie Freeman at first base. They got Ohtani as the DH, so I don't think we have to worry about that. I don't think so. The Red Sox are in the market. Tristan Casas hit just 182, and it seems like a pretty good fit. This is a team that won 89 games, couldn't get past the wild card round. They want to do something big. I'm going to say it happens. Pete Alonso, crushing home runs over the Green Monster. It's going to happen, guys. Pete Alonso to the Red Sox. I'm probably totally wrong on every one of these. If you're watching this after the fact, oh my gosh, how dumb do I look? Number 4, Kyle Schwarber. What a season. 56 bombs, 132 RBIs. Cut back on the strikeouts a little bit. He still strikes out a lot, but he cut back on them. 928 OPS. Should be in the market for a serious contract. He will be 33 on opening day, though. So we're looking at 4 or 5 year deal. The Phillies desperately want to bring him back. They issued the qualifying offer. He's going to reject it. One team to keep an eye on is the Reds. He is from Ohio. He grew up a Reds fan. I don't know if that matters, but something to keep in mind. Red Sox, another team that's shown interest. Then there's the Texas Rangers. They made some surprising free agent moves in the past. Remember Marcus Semien and Corey Seager? Then Jacob deGrom the next year. Jock Peterson last year turned out to be a major disaster. He was terrible. He was one of the worst hitters in the game, and he just opted in to return. But they can eat that deal. They can DFA him. They can do something and sign Schwarber to be the full-time DH. He is going to be much better than Peterson. So I think the Rangers might just do that. And the first guess is he returns to Philly. The most obvious thing is he's coming back to Philly. But if he leaves, I'm going to say that Kyle Schwarber signs with the Texas Rangers. Number 3, we have Alex Bregman, 3-time All-Star, Gold Glover, one of the best third basemen in the game. He hits free agency without the qualifying offer because he's already had one offered to him before. You can only get one per career. He opted out of his big 3-year deal with the Red Sox. Shouldn't be a lot of interested suitors throwing offers his way. I believe he's a Boris guy. Keep that in mind. Well, they're going to be looking for a big payday. This guy is an amazing contact hitter, impressive exit velos. He hit 41 homers in 2019. He's hit over 25 times. This year, he hit 18. He missed some time due to a right quad strain. He started out the year hot, hit 298, 11 bombs in the first half, but struggled after the injury. But he should be healthy in 2026 and ready to go. So, the Red Sox are going to try to bring him back. The Blue Jays, the Reds, the Phillies, the Mets. But I'm going to go with the Seattle Mariners. If they don't bring back Eugenio Suarez, Bregman would be an upgrade. And this is a team that wants to run it back. They want to get back in the ALCS and this time to the World Series and this time win a World Series. So the Mariners, that's a team that right now need a third baseman. I know that would be a surprise, but there's always big surprises. I said I'd try to pick some surprise teams and cuss me out in the comments. That's why it's down there. But I got the Mariners signing Alex Bregman. At number 2, Bo Bichette. And any teams concerned about Bichette's health after a rough 2024 injury-riddled season, their worries were alleviated with the 2025 year. 311 batting average, 28 homers, 94 RBIs, instantly propelling himself towards the top of this free agent class. And he even comes back after about a month of injury to go to the World Series. He had a knee issue, and he hits 348 with a home run and just impressed everybody watching. Very capable shortstop as well. He may end up at second base, and there could be some teams thinking about that, like, God forbid, the Dodgers upgrading at second base. The Giants themselves could use a second baseman. Second base is a little bit of a question mark. So they could be thinking that, but I highly doubt it, to be honest. Yankees, Braves, Tigers, A lot of teams could be interested, but the Atlanta Braves seem like a team desperate for a shortstop. Ha-Seong Kim opted out. All they have right now is Nick Allen and Eli White. Neither seem like long-term solutions. They may be like utility guys or backup guys or something like that. But as a main everyday shortstop, they're going to want to do better than that. And since I haven't picked the Braves to sign anyone yet, this is the time for it. The Atlanta Braves sign Bo Bichette. Number one, though, Kyle Tucker. Who else? Kyle Tucker's hit over 20 homers for 5 straight seasons, 4 straight All-Star teams. He's won a Gold Glove. His plate discipline is just getting better. He averages about 5 WAR every season, so theoretically he's going to give you 5 extra wins compared to an average right fielder. That's not a perfect science, but there's been some injury concerns lately, so his contract may not quite hit $500 million as was originally reported, but I could see it getting close. 9, 10, 11 years, $400 million, $420 million. The Cubs, I don't think are going to be able to offer that kind of money to bring him back, but there are going to be teams interested. The Giants have been thrown out there, Blue Jays, Angels, Rangers. I don't know. I don't think any of those teams are going to pull the trigger. I think it's going to be one of the big market teams, which means the Yankees, which means the Mets, which unfortunately means the LA Dodgers. And the LA Dodgers, after that terrible season from Michael Conforto, they're looking for a superstar in the outfield. And right now, the only absolute bona fide superstar in the outfield, I think, is Teoscar Hernandez. They added Ryan Ward to the 40-man. He hit 36 home runs in AAA. This guy's been just raking in the minor leagues for years and for some reason has never got a shot. Maybe he'll finally get a shot. But there's still room for more. They have room in the outfield, and I think the Dodgers are going to throw all their cash at Tucker. They don't care about qualifying offers. They don't care about luxury tax. I was here. There is a cap. It's a soft cap. That's not a cap. A cap is a cap. You can't go past a cap. That's not a cap. That's a tax. That's just a tax. You can go past it, no problem. You will get taxed. You got to pay a penalty. If you have all the money, then you may not care. I don't mean to go on a rant. I'm just saying, they're going to go past every penalty. They don't care about penalties. There is no cap. There's no soft cap. There's no hard cap. There's no cap. There's a luxury tax, and the Dodgers are fine paying it. And I wish the Giants would pay some more luxury tax. Let's pay some luxury taxes up in here. But the Dodgers are going to sign Kyle Tucker, in my prediction, in my opinion. So I got to say it. Los Angeles Dodgers sign Kyle Tucker. And that does it for this year's free agent prediction video. Hope y'all enjoyed it. Thank you so much for the support. I do appreciate y'all. And I know this is my most controversial video every year. I didn't even want to do it, but I did it. Put your comments down below. We'll see. I'm rarely right on these. I've been right a few times. I somehow had Carlos Correa going to the Twins, but hey, even a blind squirrel finds a nut every now and again. So have a great day, and we'll see y'all in the next one.